Good morning, Cal Young. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March. And again, the outside is great, although the weather's not so good today, and the building is closed. I just wanted to quickly give you an update on what the office looks like right now. We have Jody, who doesn't really want to be on the announcement. She is calling families and setting up appointments for people to come and pick up things. And we have our distancing going on. We're staying 6 to 10 feet away. We have lots of things to sanitize. We also are meeting families at the door, and we have disinfectant materials here to make sure that everything stays safe and that we're meeting the guidelines for COVID-19. I have a couple of updates to give you on us preparing for remote teaching and learning. I'm going to move towards my office for that. One update is that you can see I haven't shaved. Yeah, I guess when I don't have to be around students all day, I let that go a little bit. So a couple of updates. We have made a website. If you go to the Cal Young website, and it looks a little different because since the last time you probably saw the Cal Young website, Mr. Schiff did a whole lot of work in modernizing our website. So if you go to our normal Cal Young Middle School website, you'll see up at the top there's a link for distance learning. And so right off of the welcome page, and I'm going along with you right now, up at the top it says news, and then it says distance learning right next to that. If you click on that, you'll see a whole lot of different options for you to look at things related to maybe some of the questions you have about what we're doing and where we're going, and how to access your student email from home, Zoom video conferencing, and some etiquette for Zoom video conferencing. Another thing that you'll see on that site is that I've been posting the links to the video announcements there. So this video announcement should be linked there. Outside of that, another broad update is that Colt Gill, who is the state superintendent of schools, he sent an email late last night, like past 10 p.m. I was already asleep. And basically it said that we are shifting from supplemental learning to distance learning for all. And basically that signals that while we may have done review of old topics before for up until April 28th, now the idea is that this may be longer term than that, and that we are going to shift to moving forward with learning. And so there's a whole lot of questions about that, and we still haven't gotten answers to all of that because our district leadership needs to collaborate with other districts and with the state and everything and make sure that we're following that guidance. But I do want you to know that things are rapidly changing. It's like the Oregon weather. If you wait 5 minutes, it's going to change. Well, hopefully our change in our distance learning for all is changing in a way that makes some sense. I think it does. I think moving forward with our classes with new learning, which it sounds like is the direction we're going, is the way things are going to go. But we just need a little time to process that. I do want to direct you to look, if you want to look into that a little bit more, right off of that Distance Learning for All page, you'll see there's a link to a PDF in the first paragraph, and it's called Distance Learning for All Guidance. It's about a 29-page PDF document. If you go down towards the bottom, well, let me direct you to a page. Actually, if you go to page 21 of the document, what you will see is kind of a timeline for how they say that we should move forward as a district. Week 1, which is March 30th through April 3rd, and then week 3, April 13th, is when we are getting to distance learning for all. But that doesn't mean that we won't be doing a lot of things between now and then about assigning classwork and having Zoom meetings between teachers and kids. But by April 13th, we'll be moving forward with new content for sure. So again, we're still processing all this. Also, attendance and grades and things are also part of this distance learning for all, which is going to be the norm. So assignments that people are required to enter into their Google Classrooms, they're going to get grades, and attendance will be taken. As far as how that looks, we don't know the specifics of that yet, but we're working on it. So that's a broad update on direction. A couple of other things that I want to bring to your attention. In that document, if you go down towards the bottom, there's a link called Tool 5, Sample Instructional Day. And it'll bring up another PDF that's about 9 pages. And on that one, it shows you on page 7 what kind of a 6 through 8 grade level day might look like, where there's teacher-led learning, there's activities, and kind of read through that and picture what that might look for you, how that might work for you in your home. We're talking about how that's going to work for us in the district as well. A couple of other things. So Zoom. I mentioned that Zoom is being pushed out to all of the student iPads. Well, only about 150 of those apps have actually found their way to student iPads right now. And it's a slow process when the student iPads are not on campus. We usually do that kind of push out of apps when iPads are here. So be patient, but it should happen over the next couple of days. The more you have your iPad on and connected to the wireless, the better. So plug in that iPad, open it up, make sure it's connected to the wireless, refresh or make sure it's powered on, and from there it should happen more quickly. So just be patient. Hopefully we'll have better stats than only about 150 of them have been populated very soon. Another thing that is on that distance learning webpage is that some of you have mentioned that you can't check your email. Well, off campus, you can't have the email go directly to that email app on your toolbar. That is true. But you can go online and go to the 4J website. And actually, I believe it's on our Distance Learning for All page, where there's a little link that says stumail.4j.lane.edu. If you click on that, it'll take you to a place where you can enter your username and password. Another related topic is Dreambox. I've had some questions about Dreambox, and it's the math program for doing remote learning with math. If you go through the app Clever, look for it on your iPad. It's Clever, C-L-E-V-E-R. If you log into that Clever app with your 4J credentials, your username and your password, just like you go into Zembra, then it'll take you in and it will allow you to log into Dreambox through Clever. So please do that. Get some math practice and start your learning quickly. I think that's it. Those are the daily announcements. We'll have more updates for you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Cal Young day. Bye. Oops. It's taken me a while to get this turned off. This is what happens when you have multiple screens. All right.